Ready when you're up. Yep, I'll scoot you forward a wee bit. So yeah, again, towards the thumb gives you the most movement, and that way it's rolling with you. If you have loads of loose, then that's when you can sometimes wind and it can get a bit tight. So rolling with you keeps it. Oh, scoot you forward a wee bit.
3.
And then start making your way back. So that's when you come over, hand nice and wide for us. That's when you come under and over, thumb on that side, across the back. So it goes under and over the thumb, under the wrist, over the back of the hand. And once more. Okay. Then we get towards the knuckle, so again nice and wide for us. And then it's your 1, 2, 3 on that side. Get your pad ready again. So it's either doing one of these or you can have one of the plies where you fold it in half. A way if you don't have one of these is again you can get yourself and you can make one on the fly. So do it that way. And then you will get faster over time.
And how many reps times would you do that?
But again between say like 15 on average, 20 if you've got like heavy weights. It'll be a little bit more because we've got obviously bigger hands.
Yeah.
But you tend to get the feel for it and you get the right amount.
I get it when you feel there's enough of it.
Yeah. And you constantly like checking like right, so you just whether it needs to be a little bit thicker or not. Again, to save time, you can save the ends and use them there. So, and then again, here 1, 2, 3 to bring it in. To make sure that you've got distance. I tend to try and stick my thumb underneath sometimes so you can see how far away it is, so you know it will cover the full knuckle. So if my thumb can fit underneath, I know that it's going to cover part way down your hand. Then crossing over, so again crossing over happens across the back of the hand, leaving the palm open. So if you come under the thumb, and you can either go back under and then you can use the wrist as a crossing area, so you can come back that way. There, or you can use the thumb as itself, so you come round the thumb and across the back of the hand. It can help you to change direction without going across the palm. And then end it across the wrist. So that's worked out quite well.
Marvellous.
And then again the gauze will hold itself. So again on that side, feel it covers most of the hand there. Go. So you want to leave the palm open because again we'll cut this part out and this bit all bunches up, so again leaves that nice and roomy. Okay.
3 minutes gone.
Excellent. So again, so covering the wrist part of it, so full circle around the wrist. Again, maybe half round's a bit harsh, but yeah, so just tipping onto the skin just to give it an anchor point. And again, when we're coming round, the anchor is coming across. So when I'm ripping it, or if you're cutting it, you're holding it there so you're not pulling the tape with you. I tend to begin the tape and end the tape on the edges, just because it leaves a nice line across the middle. You don't find yourself crossing. And again, if you anchor the tape onto itself, so each line of tape's touching onto the one before it, that way you can cut away tape if need be, but it won't affect the structure. So again, I'm not afraid to wind the tape because I'm holding it still. Try and keep the lines kind of parallel. Again, this helps the structure of the wrap hold itself together. And then a couple there, puts a nice little base layer down. So at this point, you can either do the C's across the back of the thumb, or you can do the long ones. Put one there, put on two. I prefer doing the long way around the thumb. So if you go back this way, so again, across the back of the hand, again straight lines, anchoring it at the base of the thumb, getting my loose tape then, so I can wind round without any real tension on the thumb until that point, where it's nice and loose there, come across the front of the hand, and again ripping at the edge. And that way that begins that structure there without choking it a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Come across. So again, start on the other side so it's symmetrical. Get my loose part here while anchoring at the edge. Thumb nice enough for me. That's it. Holding it here so it doesn't pull. And again, anchoring as it comes across the back. So it comes across straight. And otherwise, the other way you can do it is the seeds across the back of the hand. So again, so that the thumb can't come back. You ideally you don't want too much tape of your gauze showing from underneath. You want to make sure that it covers that thumb knuckle. So that should be covered at all times where the thumb flexes, because that's where the injury site is most likely. Back over. Couple across the back as we work our way towards the knuckles on that side. So turn your hand over for us. So again, in between, it does need to be the thin tape. You can't have the full ones. You want to make sure that the knuckle stays tape free. So again, they're anchoring onto the top of the finger so that when you come underneath, the tape follows you. Pull the tape back at that point to go onto the gauze, and you can take your finger out without anything sticking to you. Wrap the tape around itself. Come around, close your hand nice and tight for us. Now this way you can make sure you can arrange all the knuckle pad to make sure it's all where it's supposed to be. And then if you anchor it to the hand first, bring your tape over, then it pins it at that point there.
Got you.
Come back over for us. So again, anchoring to the top of the finger, come under almost like a fish hook, get your finger out, and you can either do it to the gauze or to the tape, either one. And you can kind of pinch to get between the fingers, because the last thing a fighter wants is it stuck to them.
Yeah.
Close your hand again for us. That's it, making sure that's down, and then pulling it up so you can feel that resistance coming there. Oh, as you decide to go with it. And that comes across the back there. So you should just be able to see it pull the knuckle pads into shape almost. Nope. I tend to leave a spare one so that the next guy's one goes faster.
Yeah.
Saves you a little bit of time. Come up again. Coming underneath. Unhooking it at that point. Get your finger out. Push it down. Close your hand again for us. Making sure that's down. And covering it. Making sure there. And then you anchor from that point. So they won't shift anywhere as they're warming up, and it keeps it so it looks clean, keeps the fighters happy, because they can be fussy buggers. That's it, open your hand for me. And so this is what we do, again, like I said, don't want it going too tightly. So turn the hand for them, and again anchor it as it comes across the finger bar, and if they need to, because they will forget you've asked them to keep their hands wide, you can open the hand up a little bit by turning it and bring it over. So that's got all those tapes fixed, so it's not going to fall out. Come back across. Again, anchored it, so my hand's here, anchoring the tape so it doesn't pull too tight. And if you want to turn a corner, there you go, comes across the back. So again, everything's anchored at the side of the wrap, not across the back, but still in there. So that one way to test if they've got enough grip is to pull here. If they're worried it's too tight, a way to adjust this part is you can pull on the finger bar there. So it gives you them a bit of a movement. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out bits that don't look pretty. So what we want to open again is open it almost to the wrist, opens up the palm, and again gives you to go for. If at any point you do have a struggle with it, you can go between the layers of the gauze, give yourself some freedom. This gives you a chance to tidy up any of the loose edges, any bits like that that are coming about. You can just go out of the way, and again, you can tuck it into the wrap itself so it'll hold onto it. And this way you do fingers, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4. How is it on that thumb? Bit tight on the back?
Yeah.
Yep, so one of the ways that you can adjust it as we go, so there's no point that you can't fix it. Again, to keep the scissors shut, what you can do is holding the thumb so it won't go anywhere. Just run the scissors underneath, and you can just stretch out the gauze and the tape on that side. And again, if the wrist is a bit tight, you can do the same, run it underneath, so you're pulling this straight edge up and along the tape, so you can hear it rearranging the gauze as they see fit. So So you do it underneath, if it's tight across the back, just again you can come up underneath it and pull it around, or come straight in from the side and pull that back all the way up there. So again, try the pinky finger again for us. How's that for you? Happy? Close your hand for us. So again, making sure that it's all tight in. You want it as smooth as possible. Close your hand nice and tight. Again, you can push an impact on there so you can feel how the knuckles are on that side and they're not pulling. So if that goes into a tight glove, it's not pulling any of the knuckles anywhere. On that side. How are you with that one? Happy?
Happy.
Alright. So again, you get 3 lines, your initials, the event, and the date, and just to sign off your work. So then that people know that the wrap's legit, the commission knows who to go to ask any questions. And if you put your hand on the table, make sure that you're well clear of any tape. So ideally, I tend to go for 2 fingers worth. The basic one is if you run across, you know that that's fine. Give yourself leeway in case there is any changes in the commission. But as a standard, happy?
Happy.
Excellent.
11 minutes.
Hey.
There we go.
Can I take a picture of you being happy?